a lot of companies are considering EMI share option schemes. What are the advantages to your business if you are implementing one?
Yeah, you're right, Kirsty. There's lots of really good advantages to the Enterprise Management Incentive Scheme. So by giving share options to employees, it can create loyalty, it can get them feeling much more part of the business, and it can help with them helping with the long-term goals of the business. The scheme in itself is extremely tax efficient, so it's a really good way to reward employees, usually more in the medium to long term, but very tax efficiently. When awarding the EMI options, now it doesn't have to just be one award. You can do different tranches of awarding the options. So you could do it perhaps on a yearly basis or a 6-monthly basis, whatever works for your business. And you need to very carefully think about who is going to receive these options. You need to make sure that it is going to be seen as being an incentive. So it does need to be with a business that is potentially having growth so that the value of the shares is increasing. There's nothing worse than receiving a share option that's for, say, £10, and then when it comes to actually you're able to utilise the option, the share is only worth £5, because there's no point in that. You need to be looking at that the EMI options need to be reflecting the growth in the company, need to be appropriately priced. So you do need to, it does need to be appropriate for the business at the point that you are in the business. So often it can be quite a good scheme for your in the early stages of growth, or perhaps if you're going through a reinvention of your business where you are again going through a growth cycle.
Yeah, definitely. This sounds like there's a lot of advantages to it. Are there any reasons that you should consider maybe not getting one or difficulties around it?
Indeed. So besides the thing about whether it's actually appropriate for your business at the time to make sure that you are in a growing cycle, you do have to be very careful that it doesn't become a disincentive to some of the team. You want to be very careful about how you're offering the share options. The messaging needs to be very clear. It needs to be understood that it is equitable about who is receiving the share options, because you want them to be incentivized, but you also want to make sure that the people that haven't in perhaps that tranche of options not receive them, that they don't feel upset about them and then become demoralized. So you need to make sure that you are bringing the whole team with you in this process.
Okay, so if someone was interested in kind of looking into an EMI share option scheme, what would be the next step for them?
Good question, Kirsty. So the next step would be to get your tax advisor involved so that you can look at how to set up the scheme, because there are some very clear processes that you have to go through. But I would recommend bringing them in as early as possible into the process so that they can advise on the best way to do it.